Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as it concerns their first game return after countless months of quarantining and, just having a lot of, sadness of not having Lakers basketball in our lives. And just finally, after countless months, the Lakers are finally back. The NBA is finally back. And now the Lakers are finally playing Lakers basketball again, and with a win to start off the NBA restart. And what a good way for the Lakers to get a huge win against the LA rivals in the LA Lakers with a exciting win, actually, from multiple players from the Los Angeles Lakers that really came to play, from Anthony Davis, from LeBron James especially, and surprising players that I am going to get into. But guys, let's just get right into it, because I just want to get right onto the greatness in tonight's game from the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's just get right into it. So guys, the NBA is finally back. July 30th was the deadline for NBA to finally return, and a couple of teams played in today's game, from the Utah Jazz, from I believe it was the Pelicans, and of course the two LA teams, the Los Angeles Lakers and the LA Clippers. And guys, it was a special game tonight from the Los Angeles Lakers. All players throughout the board coming back, being healthy 100%. And it all starts with Anthony Davis, who had a monstrous night for himself. He was basically the scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers in tonight's game with 34 points. What a good way for him to start off for the Los Angeles Lakers, in a huge way, by just scoring for the Los Angeles Lakers with 34 points. And I believe he had 7 rebounds. But guys, it has nothing to compare of the greatness of King James, LeBron James. He came out there and, even though he scored 16 points, he had 11 rebounds. He had 7 assists, I believe. And, he was just basically the hero for the Los Angeles Lakers in the final minutes of the game tonight. Grabbing his own rebound to score, and, guarding not just Kawhi Leonard, but Paul George at the same time. I mean, it was just an amazing finish for the Los Angeles Lakers, and especially for LeBron James, by stopping at any cost for the Clippers to score on us. And they were without Lou Williams, they were without Harrells, I believe, and also they were without one more player. But at any cost, the Clippers came to play. I mean, they wanted to get a win over the Los Angeles Lakers, but LeBron, Anthony Davis, and the rest of the Lakers squad did not allow that, and they finally got another win against the LA Clippers. They are now tied 2-2 to the season so far, and guys, I'm just loving how this rivalry is really building up to the potential matchup once again, if somehow the Clippers and the Lakers are healthy, ready to go when it comes playoff time, and potentially they will face each other in the Western Conference. Still remains to be seen about that, but at any given cost, the Lakers and the Clippers came to play, but not enough for the Lakers to really go out there and just score. And they really brought their A game defensively as well. And when it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, I mean, what's there to say? I mean, when it comes to the 3 starters for the Los Angeles Lakers, all of them across the board had 6 points, with only having JaVale McGee bringing his defensive ability out there with, I believe he had 7 rebounds out there tonight. And, with Danny Green, shooting threes for the Los Angeles Lakers. And, I believe KCP Even though he is, starting for the Los Angeles Lakers, he just needs to possibly get back into things and learn how to be that sort of facilitator that he's going to be in the starting lineup. And, it's not one of his best performances, but, it is what it is. I won't be surprised if things might change. But so far, with the way things are right now, the Lakers are doing very fine for themselves when it comes to players coming off the bench. And that's where I want to get into from particular players who stepped up in a huge way on their end. And that was Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma had 16 points out there tonight. And, he was on rebounding mode when it's all said and done. I mean, grabbing those rebounds and shooting threes, which he was, basically been raving about for the past couple of years now when it comes down to him being that guy that just wants to shoot threes and, be that reliability when it comes to Lakers, having that reliance to Kyle Kuzma by just shooting threes. And he really showed that out there tonight. Went 4 of 7 from the three. And it was really a game changer at some point into the game. And possibly it was in the fourth. Maybe it was in the end of the third quarter, something like that. That Kyle Kuzma showed his ability to shoot threes very well. And guys, I go back to what I was saying when it came to the Lakers being healthy. We can honestly say now that Kyle Kuzma is 100% healthy because, we probably forgot all about this, but Kyle Kuzma in the beginning of the season was injured, okay? And he didn't come back possibly until, I believe it was, late November, maybe it was the beginning of December, something like that. But, he wasn't himself. And the guy was averaging around like 6 to 10 points a game. And we all realized that he was coming off an injury and he did not really work out with the Lakers squad in the offseason that much. And, that all had to do with him getting injured in the USA basketball team. And, when it's all said and done, at the any given moment, Kyle Kuzma will show his ability on the court, what we all expected from him, being that guy that we are wishing that he will be the third option for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward, with the obviously the top two superstars on our team, and that is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma was that guy that's going to be the go-to guy, being in the third option sense, and basically the X factor, which I can honestly say there are multiple players that are on the Los Angeles Lakers that are X factors, if you will. So at any given time, anybody could be the X factor, but honestly, it is Kyle Kuzma who showed up for the Los Angeles Lakers in a huge way. I hope he keeps that momentum alive, and possibly we could see more greatness from Kyle Kuzma, but still remains to be seen about that. We still have now 7 games to go, and starting from this win from the Los Angeles Lakers, they are now officially a 50-win team right now, and they're still leading number 1 in the Western Conference, but at any given time, more wins will come in the next 7 games to come from the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, Dion Waiters, guys, he is the closest X factor besides possibly Kyle Kuzma that he is going to show a lot of greatness on his end when it comes to coming off the bench. We saw that in the 3 scrimmage games from Dion Waiters, and we saw this one in tonight's game with 11 points, and all has to do how he performed in the third quarter with a combination of J.R. Smith. Even though J.R. Smith was not didn't show a lot of greatness out there with scoring and defending, and possibly grabbing rebounds and stuff. I mean, his stats was not so great, but with him being on the floor, being that facilitator, similar to what LeBron has been doing so far for the Los Angeles Lakers, and what we've seen from him in the scrimmage games, the combination of J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters, it's something great to watch. And I can honestly say if he just keeps that sort of mentality of being a floor general, and with a combination, like I said, with Dion Waiters and him, we can see a lot from the bench. Okay, we cannot always rely on the starters and particular players like Anthony Davis and LeBron James to basically be that number one option for them to gain a lead here or two, because we saw that in tonight's game. I mean, there was a time when Anthony Davis was not on the floor and LeBron was on the floor, and it was not so interesting to watch because the Lakers were not doing so well. That's what really happens when it comes to the Lakers. I mean, they have a great start when it comes to leading a team, but then when it comes to the second quarter and leading to like maybe 5 minutes into the game, they somehow fall behind, and that's what we witnessed in tonight's game. But at the end of the day, it all relies on the bench to step up their role, and we all witnessed that in tonight's game when it's all said and done. With Kyle Kuzma, with Dion Waiters, and the rest of the Lakers squad, especially from Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso. Defensively, he was there for the Los Angeles Lakers, especially in the third and fourth quarter. 7 points, not bad, but at the end of the day, his defensive ability in general was the key factor in tonight's game, especially from a player that's coming off the bench. And me personally, guys, if I would have had a chance, I would honestly say that Kyle Kuzma deserves the starting role for the Los Angeles Lakers instead of KCP. But it is what it is. I was honestly thinking Dion Waiters could be the starter. But, things might change. Starters might change but, so far, the main strength that comes from the Los Angeles Lakers is coming off the bench. And, even though the starter's doing great, we also need that reliance from when it comes to players that are coming off the bench. And that's from Kyle Kuzma, Dion Waiters, and the rest of the Lakers squad. And, when it comes all said and done, Dwight Howard and those certain players that play great defense, they will show up. I mean, it was just the first game return for the Los Angeles Lakers, and there still remains to be seen how the rest of them will play moving forward in these next 7 games remaining for the Los Angeles Lakers and in total of the NBA as well. So overall, guys, it was just a great game. I was in the edge of my seat when it came to the fourth quarter, especially like 1 minute left into the game. Paul George scared me at times when he scored that 3, but at the end of the day, the hero in tonight's game was LeBron James. He delivered, and he showed his defensive ability at the last second by guarding not just Kawhi Leonard, but Paul George to just really end up winning us the game, and that's what really happened out there. And I just really can't wait for more games that are like this moving forward, but hopefully it will be much more easier for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward, because as this season progresses, we can hopefully hope that the Lakers just keep their A game, their mentality that's on the mindset for them to somehow have a goal in mind, and that is to win a NBA championship this year, and that all signs are showing that all has to do with them staying healthy, and hopefully they just stick to that sort of mentality moving forward. The only thing that I can honestly say that was a kind of how should I say this, like a bad performance from the Lakers was just the turnovers. There was a lot of turnovers in tonight's game, but not as much from the LA Clippers, who have total of 20 turnovers. And I believe, last time I checked, in the second, maybe third quarter, the Clippers had maybe up to 13 turnovers. So it was one of those quarters. But, at the end of the day, the Lakers managed to stay under that. And at the end of that time, I can honestly say the turnovers is a main problem for the Lakers, but hopefully that all changes moving forward once the Lakers, with the last 7 games remaining of the 8 games for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward into the NBA restart. And I'm just so glad finally that NBA basketball is back, and especially Lakers basketball is finally back into our lives. And I just really can't wait for more of that moving forward. So guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And guys, please give me your thoughts about the Lakers game tonight, what you guys liked about the performances of our Lakers tonight. Did you like the performance of AD? Did you like the performance of LeBron James? Possibly Kyle Kuzma, the surprising player that really stepped up his role in tonight's game? Or maybe it was Dion Waiters, or was it a combination of all of them? I mean, the teamwork of the Lakers. I mean, what you guys liked about it, or was it the coaching? Please, I want to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really do appreciate your comments when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and your passion about your feelings about the Los Angeles Lakers and how they are doing when it, not just maybe basketball wise, but in general when it comes to the team. And I do appreciate your guys' comments in all of my videos that you guys comment, and I do appreciate that. Make sure to like all my social media sites, Facebook ZSPN, Twitter at ZSPN_sports. I have an Instagram account for this channel as well, so please go check that. Like always, I'll leave the links of my social media sites into the description of this video so you guys can check them out. I do it on every single one of my videos, so either way, anytime I upload, my social media sites will be in the description of every single video that I upload. So once again, guys, I do appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.